A 21-year-old from a tiny Caribbean island just walked into Hayward Field and did something no college sprinter had done in 19 years. He did not just win the national title, he obliterated the record, and he did it after already racing twice that same night. So how does a kid from the Cayman Islands become the fastest college 200-meter sprinter in history? That answer starts right now. Let us start with what happened on June 12, 2026, at the NCAA Division I Outdoor Track and Field Championships. It was night 3 of the championships at Hayward Field in Eugene, Oregon. Jaiden Reid, a junior at Louisiana State University, stepped into the blocks for the men's 200-meter final. He was the top qualifier out of the heats, having clocked 20.05 seconds earlier in the week. But no one, not the crowd, not the broadcast team, and not even Reid himself, was ready for what came next. He drove out of the curve and powered down the straightaway. When he hit the line, the clock read 19.63 seconds, wind legal. No asterisk, just 19.63. That time did 3 things at once. It gave Reid his first NCAA outdoor national title. It made him the fastest college sprinter in the history of the event. And it became the fastest 200-meter time run by anyone in the world in 2026 at that point in the season. The previous NCAA record had stood for 19 years. Walter Dix of Florida State set it at 19.69 seconds back at the 2007 NCAA East Regional in Gainesville. Dix went on to win Olympic bronze medals in Beijing and World Championship silver medals in Daegu. He was not just a college sprinter, he was one of the best in the world, and his record had survived every attempt since 2007. Nearly 2 decades of elite college sprinters who came close but could not touch it. Reid did not just touch it, he took 0.06 of a second off it. After the race, Reid told reporters what his mindset had been going into the final. He said the plan was to execute. He said he knew if he executed, it was going to be a good day. He also admitted he was not expecting what the clock showed. He said he was really expecting maybe a 19.9, possibly a 20.1, like he had run at regionals. But then the time came up, and he just thanked God. That is the kind of thing that happens when a sprinter runs faster than he thought he was capable of. It does not happen on a normal day. It happens on a historic one. Here is what makes that 19.63 even harder to process. Reid did not just show up fresh for that 200 final. He had already run the 100-meter final earlier that same evening. He crossed in 9.82 seconds, wind-aided, and finished second behind Nigeria's Kanyansola Ajayi. That is a world-class time. Most sprinters would count that as the performance of their season. For Reid, it was the warm-up act. Before that, he had also run a leg on LSU's 4x100 relay team, which placed second with a season-best time of 38.6 seconds. That team included Jeremiah Walker, Shaquem McKay, and Joshua Caleb. So by the time Reid stepped into the blocks for the 200 final, he had already competed in 2 events that night and had run in preliminary rounds earlier in the week. His body had been through a full workload. His legs were not fresh. His muscles were carrying fatigue from 100 meters of all-out sprinting and a relay leg on top of that. Reid acknowledged it himself. He said if he had only run the 200, he probably would have gone a little faster. He said the 100 and the 4x100 took a lot out of his body, especially doing it twice in 1 week. And yet the clock said 19.63, wind legal, on tired legs. After a full night of racing, that is not just fast, that is frightening. Jaiden Reid was born on April 10, 2005 in the Cayman Islands. If you are not familiar with the Cayman Islands, it is a British overseas territory in the Caribbean, with a population of roughly 70,000 people. It is not exactly a hotbed of elite sprint development. By the time Reid was 14 years old, he was already clearly the fastest kid his age on the 3 islands. He held the Caymanian junior record in the 100 meters at 10.24 seconds. But he knew that if he wanted to develop into something more, he needed competition that the Cayman Islands could not provide. So he left home. He flew to Jamaica, about an hour away, and enrolled at Jamaica College in Kingston. If you know anything about track and field, you know Jamaica College. That school is a factory for elite sprinters, and it competes at the Champs, the most intense high school track meet in the Caribbean. Training and competing in that environment shaped Reid in ways that would not have been possible back home. While at Jamaica College, Reid was part of the team that won the Championship of America 4x100 relay at the 2023 Penn Relays in Philadelphia. He also competed at the 2022 World Under-20 Championships in Cali, Colombia, in the 200 meters. He was building a resume. LSU came calling. Reid had dreamed of wearing the purple and gold. The school had produced sprint legends like Sha'Carri Richardson and Nathaniel Mitchell-Blake, and head coach Dennis Shaver had built one of the premier sprint programs in the country. Reid signed his national letter of intent and headed to Baton Rouge. He told a reporter something that stuck. He said he likes carrying the weight of his country on his back. He said having the Cayman Islands 200-meter record makes him drive harder and do better. He said he wants to put his country on the map. Reid's path to that 19.63 was not a straight line. His freshman year at LSU nearly derailed before it started. In the fall of 2023, he suffered a left hamstring injury that kept him out of competition for nearly 5 months. He missed almost the entire indoor season. For a sprinter, a hamstring injury is not just physical, it messes with your head. Every time you start to open up and run at full speed, there is a voice in the back of your mind asking if it is going to happen again. When he returned to competition in March 2024 in Coral Gables, Florida, his warm-up routine disguised the panic he was feeling. He had not raced since the injury. He was recovered physically, but mentally, the doubt was there. He ran through it. From that point, the progress was steady. He started breaking Cayman Islands national records in the 200 meters. By May 2024, he set a new national record at 20.51. By early 2025, he was down to 20.46, then 20.27 at the SEC Indoor Championship, which ranked as the 4th fastest indoor 200 by a Caribbean man at that point. By May 2025, he ran 20.13 at the SEC Outdoor Championships, earning him a qualifying mark for the 2025 World Athletics Championships in Tokyo. Every season, he dropped time. Every season, the numbers got closer to something historic. And then on June 12, 2026, in front of a packed Hayward Field, all of it came together in one race. Let us put 19.63 in global context for a second. Usain Bolt's world record in the 200 meters is 19.19, set at the 2009 World Championships in Berlin. At the 2024 Paris Olympics, Noah Lyles won the event in 19.70. The 19.63 that Reid ran on tired collegiate legs after a full day of racing, wind illegal, is a time that would have earned Olympic hardware in Paris. Not just participation, hardware. He is no longer just a good college sprinter. He is a name that pro agents, national federations, and international meet directors are paying attention to.